Hi and welcome back to the channel. I just thought I'd do a quick video on alcohol stoves. I've seen a few videos lately of people actually swapping the gas stoves and giving alcohol stoves a try, so I just thought I'd share my thoughts and do a comparison between the Tomshoo, the Lixada and the Trangia. Right then, so anyone who's ever watched my channel probably knows that I love using this type of stove. Whether it's in the woods cooking a steak or stew, or even up in the hills cooking stir fries on my wild camps. I mean, I've used these on Bamford Edge in -3 conditions, on Mamtor cooking a nice stir fry a few weeks ago. So yeah, these are my go-to stoves. I love using them. Yeah, like I said, there's nothing I haven't cooked on these. Curries from scratch, stews, soups, stir fries, steaks, you name it, I've cooked it. So why choose alcohol stoves over gas? They're really easy to run, the fuel's really cheap. I mean, this is the fuel I use. It's bio-ethanol. You get a 2 litre bottle. I mean, that was £9, it has gone up lately. Whether that's due to lockdown, I don't know. But I used to pay £6 for that. But it's still really good value and it does last a long time. The Lixada stove is really just a copy of the Trangia, but it's really good. I bought this a few years ago from Amazon. I think it was £8.50, but I've noticed it has gone up a lot lately due to it being really popular. But yeah, it works just as well as the Trangia. I've used it all over the place, and this is the stove that I used on Bamford Edge. Cooked a really nice breakfast in it in -3 conditions. The only thing I will say is in cold weather, it's good to put it in your pocket, or put the small fuel bottle in your pocket to warm it up, because in minus conditions it can be really hard to light. But once you warm the fuel up, or put the stove in your pocket for half an hour maybe, it lights pretty easily. Right, so this is the stand that comes with the Trangia mini cook set. So that's a Trangia stand. But I really prefer the Lixada over that. Not sure why, I've just really enjoyed using that more. And the setup I've used the most is the Trangia alcohol stove with this stand. And then you've also got this stand as well, this cross stand here. And that'll fit both these alcohol stoves as well. But that'll come with this one. This is a Tomshoo Titanium. I mean, this is a lot lighter than these two, but you can't store the fuel in it before you take it out. Whereas these, you can put your fuel inside the stove, screw the lid tight, and you've got your fuel ready to go if you're cooking something small or just making yourself a cup of tea or whatever in the outdoors. Whereas this one, you might have to take, well, you will have to take a little bottle with you of fuel and then fill it up when you get there. And another thing about this one is it uses fuel a lot quicker than these two. I mean, I think it has more of a flame on it because you can see it's got more holes as well there. It's got an outer ring as well. But it is a really good stove. It's lightweight, does the job really well. It's got a nice little stand to it, but it eats the fuel. I'd say it goes through fuel twice as quick as what these two do. So to be honest, even though that's a lot lightweight, you're not saving much weight or space with that one. So to be honest, I'd just use the Trangia or the Lixada. I think they're both as good as each other, to be honest. I mean, I've had that one now for 3 years and it's still going strong. I've cooked all kinds on it. And I recommend both of these stoves. Another thing is as well, if you've got fuel left over after using it, cooking outdoors, with these two you can just put the lid back on and screw it on and keep the fuel inside. Whereas this one, if you've got fuel left over, you'll have to tip it back into the bottle. So it's just more convenient using one of these two. If you're going to be using this type of stove as well, you'll need a windshield. I mean, this one's a bit grubby. I haven't used it for a while, to be honest. I haven't washed it since the last time I used it, but yeah, this is a small one. You pick these up for like £3.50 off eBay. Or you can get the taller ones, but I much prefer this one, to be honest, the shorter ones. But yeah, they're quite cheap, but you will need one because if you're cooking in windy conditions, then it'll just cause the alcohol to burn down quickly. The flames will become big because of the wind, and your fuel will run down really fast. So it's really important to get yourself a windshield if you're going to be using an alcohol stove. If you've watched my videos lately, you'll know that I've been using this setup a lot, which is the Bushbox XL with the Trangia. And it works really well together because the Bushbox acts like a windshield. And then you've got a nice stand there as well for your pans. I think I paid £65 for the Bushbox XL. And it works really well with the Trangia. I mean, it'd be an expensive windshield just to go out and purchase it just to use as an alcohol stove, but yeah, it's a really good bit of kit and you can use it as a twig stove as well, so it comes in really handy. The only thing is the forest I go to is really strict on having fires, so that's why I just use it with the alcohol stove. It does the job. There's no need to have a fire, so it suits me. So even though the Bushbox XL is a lot heavier than these stands, I've been enjoying using it. And plus it's a built-in windshield as well, so it works really well. But if you're about to buy an alcohol stove, I'd recommend the Trangia or the Lixada. I mean, it's up to you if you want to purchase this, but these are more convenient. You can take them with the fuel already in the stove. When you're finished, you can just put the lids back on. And I think this is more expensive to buy as well. I think I paid about £18 for that one. £8.50 for this, and you can pick a Trangia up for like £10. And also Millets were doing a sale the other week, and they were selling them for £10. So they're quite cheap really. And I've got a few Trangias as well. I've got 2 or 3 of them altogether, but the other 2 need cleaning. I only bought this a few weeks ago. Right then, so my verdict on these stoves is definitely the Lixada and the Trangia over the Tomshoo. But if you're new to alcohol stoves, a good deal would be to get one of these Lixadas, because it comes with this stand, and you'd also get this little bag as well, so it's a good little set. But yeah, the Lixada or the Trangia, both great little stoves. Right then, I'm going to leave the video here. We hope you found some of the information useful. I'll leave a little highlights reel of some of the cooking I've done using these stoves. Right then, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. These, absolutely starving now. It's freezing. Chicken and black bean sauce. I'm using the Trangia as usual. Ground's all soaked. job to do.